Good morning, YouTube. Well, I would say don't do this to your car. Well, in the recently, I have many people that bring car that because they don't take care of their car, right? I just want to mention on the Tacoma and a Tundra and a Camry and the T100. Okay, I just recently have this another car, which is the 2014 Chevy Equinox, and that one, because there's no oil, engine is pretty much like no compression right now, and they want me to check to see if it can still run, and I check there's no compression, and that car's still here, so which is badly. Don't do this to your car. Make sure you have enough oil, because nowadays oil is consumption badly. I'm not just one time reminding, okay, because many times I remind in the video already, but I'm going to say it again. It's not my job, but hey, a lot of cars nowadays they use like 0.20. Some car they even use a 0.16 or 0.15, I forgot, but that is like super thin oil on it. Okay, well, today I'm going to mention one more time on this kind of oil thing, but I want to show you something right here. I redone the head gasket on this, right? Because this head gasket is blow up, you see, and you see all this corroded right here. That is, cooling buildup for cast iron engine block. The reason you have this because you don't have a of your coolant, or maybe you put straight water only. Because normally California car you have 50-50 and you okay, right? But in the northern area, like central or any area that you have snow and very cold, you probably have to have at least like 20% water and 80% coolant or like that, so you don't have to be freezing on your coolant, water. So what causing this car overheating? Because the engine is head gasket is bad, right? So I replaced the head gasket and still overheating. I said, what's causing that? So I took the thermostat out, right? I run straight without thermostat, still overheating. If I idle it, it's okay, right? But if I driving it, it's overheating. I check the fan's okay, and I checked, took out the thermostat out, the water pump out. What in the hell? All the corroded eat up all the turbine here, and there is no more, blade. Let me see the new one right here. Comparison to, you see, all of this eat up. Okay, all of this eat up. So that's why overheating, causing everything else. The head gasket blow, because that too, I would say, could be that too. Because if you don't have enough pressure for the water to recirculate, and those cooling or water is built up to the head gasket, and that's why it causes corrosion. Because normally when you drive your car daily, your water circulate, and everything else should not be corroded like this, So to your car, taking care of your car. If you rushing somewhere that you don't have cooling and that you can add water to it, drinking water or tap water, that's okay, as long as you have water. But don't just leave it there, because as soon that you have time, you have to change it, because you add water to it. So older car, you have a cast iron that can cause the block, rod like this, and causing any other thing like radiator or your heater core, all those clog up. So you're going to spend tons of money on it. And now, besides your laziness, or you say that you don't have your time to take care of it, so you're going to spend time to buy your radiator, so which is over $100 at the online, or probably $80, $60, $80, right? And cooling is another $20, $30, or for 2 gallons. And your heater cores is another $80 or $50, $80. But all those are not you durable, because you have to pay somebody, and those labor will kill you, because besides changing your coolant at $20, and you didn't do it, and you got this corroded, then you had to pay somebody, at least like me, to tearing down your engine, and that will cost your legs and arm. If you don't do that, you probably have to end up to buy another car, because you blow the motor already. You see? So don't do that. Don't do that. Same thing, the Tundra that I just recorded recently that had no oils on it, and the engine's knocking, then they thought that something wrong with the engine. So when it got here, I checked everything else, nothing, because there's no oil in the distance. And the oil is so thick, probably because the suction pipe isn't even sucking anymore. So that is bad, all right? So especially some of the newer car, which is they use like 020 or 016, and those are, you have to consistently check, because the oil consumption on those. I just have another car outside right now, which is 2014 Chevy Equinox. It's low compression right now, because low on oil, and I think the wall of the piston is worn out, because don't have very good compression, and engine is still turned, but it doesn't have enough compression to start. So that's pretty bad for 2014. For me, it's new car, because I'm poor, right? So some people, it's 2014, but for me, it's a new car. So you don't take care of your car, and that will happen is you're going to buy a new engine. So when you're going to buy a new engine, it's like, that's not worth it, because nowadays normally engine costs minimum is $1,500 to $2,000. That's an average 4-cylinder on the low street car. If you end up with the more performance car like Subaru WRX, STI, or S2000, something like that, it will cost you $6,000-$7,000 just a motor. I don't know, you have money, but I don't. Those money is not burned away, because you don't take care of your car. Checking your dipstick is easy, right? Just pull the dipstick out. They're marked low and marked high. And make sure in the middle somewhere, or even a little bit above the high line, that's okay. Better than there's no oil, or better than you don't check your oil. If you don't change your oil, just make sure you add oil all the way to the top line. So those used oil, that's okay, but it's better to lubricate than there's no oil, right? So people that's telling me conventional oil and synthetic, what I prefer, is that, well, I don't really care. If your car is not like towing something, or your car is not racing something, conventional oil is better than you don't have no oil. That's what I tell people. And people always ask me, what's good here and what's good there, what's good that and good that. I say, well, it doesn't matter. When they make those stuff, cooling, it doesn't matter. When they make cooling, it's a standard cooling, right? You don't have to buy original, as long as you're changing all your cooling to that type of cooling. And you're okay. If you don't change cooling, that's okay. As long you have cooling, is better than straight water like this, So don't do this to your car. Don't hurt yourself, because let's say that human like me, I'd rather eat something that make myself full than there's nothing to eat. Car is the same thing. So comparison, that if my favorite food is not it's not taco. Let's just say that. But if I don't have any other food, only thing is left is taco. You know what? Hey, I'd rather eat that because I can go hungry and starve myself, right? Same thing's car. If you don't have oil in there, it's bad. As long you have an old oil and then pour in there, it's better than no oil, right? Even the oil is used oil, that's okay. As long you have put those used oil into the motor that had no oil, it's better than you don't have oil, right? Same thing, cooling is the same thing, oil is the same thing. So this T100 coming in 2 days ago, and they throw code, I think PO770, and they shift solenoid E. That's what basically. And they want me to change the solenoid because they took into auto part and they scan it. They say that it's the solenoid, you have to replace it. They want me to change it. So when I got here, I drive around the block and I checked. There's no transmission fluid. All right. So because this car been parked for 2 years, because the car belonged to dad, and the dad was passed away, and they never checked, never drive that car. Oil is pretty little on that too, and the spark plug is, is bad on that too. I think I did a video, but I'm not sure. I haven't shown that yet. So that car, I just put transmission fluid in it. The code went away because if you don't have enough transmission fluid in there, and there's not enough pressure, and enough for the sensor, so the sensor does not function because it doesn't matter how much is the sensor throwing pushing, there is no fluid, so it's just throwing code back to you. So now some people who doesn't check on that, they will replace the sensor and cost you more money, because one of those sensors costs like over $200, you see. So if you have 3 on those, because it's not specifically say which one is a cylinder E, so all of those are a sensor E. So that will cost you money. Over, let's say that one sensor costs like $200. So 3 sensors is $600. So plus labor plus transmission fluid, you will like spend $1,000. That costs about the same as a used transmission already. So that's bad. Please take care of your car. Don't do this to your car. Yourself driving a car that is not brand new. Even though brand new, you still need to check your car consistently on oil consumption too. So when you go trip, you have to check all of this before you go too. So please don't hurt your car, because they love you. They don't know how to say nothing to you. The only time that they say something to you is throwing code back to you, and then you will throw money back to them because that time is too late. Like this, they do spend some money on it already, because the head gasket job is not cheap. Okay, trust me. I'd rather doing engine swap than doing head gasket, because more moving part than doing engine swap. Okay, so not just that, you see how bad the water pump go. Okay, so new water pump is like this. Don't just buy a cheap water pump too. This was an Ison brand. Ison, I got it from Amazon. It's not that bad. This $50, and from auto parts about the same. But Ison is a lot more reliable for a Japanese car or any other manufacturer. If they use Ison, I recommend it, giving a good part like this. Okay, this will last longer. So for today, I think I talked long enough. Hopefully some of my follower and some other people who are watching this video, taking care of your car so the car can take care of you. So that means don't burn your money because you laziness mistake, because your little waiting for tomorrow is too late. Okay, so you don't want to do tomorrow. Now you want to do it now, because tomorrow you can kill it already. Okay, you can kill the motor already. So just make sure you do it right now. If you don't have time for right now, that's okay. Like I tell my wife that if you work one day, you earn $100, and that thing costs you $200, but you say that can wait. No, your job can wait for you, because that costs $200 more than your job can pay you. So work on that first, because that save you $200. So you work all day, only $100. So do that in a 15-20 minutes, and $200, that's more than your work. So cancel your work and do your job first, right here first, you know. So kind of like what, taking care of your car first, so your car can take care of you, so it doesn't blow your monies away, you know. People that who smoke and who drink, you know, they just like money on those, right? So we don't, if you don't drink and that, we have car, just, you know, taking care of your car. You don't have to do a service all the time, but you check all the time, okay? You don't need to do transmission flush. You don't need to do your cooling flush. You don't need to do your brake flush, you know, and posting flush. You don't have to do it, but to check to make sure you have all your cooling or all your fluid, oil, power steering, brake, cooling, any of those, check all the time. Let's say every month check, or every other 2 weeks check. So those can save you tons of money. You don't have to be a mechanic to do that, you know. I want to do a video to check on that, but I feel like maybe people already know, and mostly people go to Tesla now, and they don't have old car like me now. But one day I will do the simple checking, because I know a lot of people who follow me, they are mechanic, so they know. But I just remind people that who does not know yet. Okay. All right. Thank you for watching. I think I have enough. 17 minutes already. I think enough, and it's boring. So we'll see you guys next video. Hopefully you help me subscribe. Okay. We'll see you guys next video. Bye bye now.